My lord. Orders. As you wish.
Orders.
Orders.
Joining the other sire. To battle.
Sire.
What is it you would talk to us about, Signor? Oui, why not? You have it. Adieu, Signor.
Yes.
Sire. My lord. Yes. We'll make camp here, sire. Sire. Marching to war. March to exhaustion, sire. Continue. Yes, sire.
My lord. Yes, sire. Sire.
Sire. Oh dear.
Yes, sir. Full sails. We can go no further this day, sire.
Yes, Your Highness. In God's name.
Your will.
Where to, sire? Approaching quiet.
Orders.
Orders.
My lord. Your will, sire. To war, then, sire. Prepare to assault the walls.
Your Majesty. I cannot do that, sire.
Ships ready. A fine day to sail.
Sire.
Orders. To battle it is, then, sire.
My lord. Orders. Yes. March to exhaustion. Sire. As you wish.
Aye, sire. Yes,
My lord.
Your will, sire. To war, then, sire. I shall lead our forces into battle, my lord. Units, await my orders. Spearman! Spearman! General's bodyguard! Archers! Move out! Spearman! Spearman! Archers! Men! Units, double time! General's bodyguard, run! Archers! Archers! Units, double time! Units, double time! Archers! 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 Units, double time! General's bodyguard, run! Men! Units, double time! Units, double time! Missiles, attack! The enemy are badly bloodied. They have lost half their men.
Units, move out! Units, move out! Units, move out! Units, move out! General's bodyguard! Charge!
Good tidings. The enemy general lies dead. We've sent the base cur to hell. The battle is very much in our favor. If we remain true and steadfast, victory will be ours. By St. George, our men have taken control of the city. All of Christendom will be awed by the victory we have won here today. Such is the fate of all who oppose us. Victory! These people now kneel before us,
Sire.
Orders. To battle it in.
At your service. Journeying onward. I'll continue once I have rested, sire.
My lord.
Fleet ready, sire.
Sire.
The Highlands' finest.
Of course.
Back off before I take a liking to your lands and daughters.
Ah, sorry, my lord. I'm no diplomat.
Perhaps you seek a diplomat and not a warrior.
Orders.
Greetings. We have a word for you.
Oh, well, perhaps we could... Well, that was uneventful. Good day. My lord.
I'm not someone you want to be bothering.
Command me, sire.
My lord. Orders. Sire. By your command.
My king.
My lord.
We're combining into a huge force, sire.
Ships ready!
I'm thankful to be back ashore. Daughter of the Crown.
Is there something I can do for you? Your plan seems balanced enough to me. Very well. Another course of wisdom to share. I suppose we can agree to these terms. Your time was most valuable. We thank you.
Your will, sire. To war, then, sire. I shall lead our forces into battle, my lord. Units, await my orders. General's bodyguard. Spearheads the ram. Spearheads the ram. Spearhead ram. Stop the ram. Forwards the ram. Move out. Ram. Move out. Move out. Spearman. General's bodyguard. Forward. Units. Move on. Archers. Archers! Advance! Forward! Attack! Attack! Archers! Advance! Wait your command. March! Archers! Advance! Attack! Await your command. Forward! Ram! Ramming position! Ram! Ramming position! Men! Units, march! General's bodyguard! Forward! Reform, you spineless women! We await your command. Archers! Archers! Units, march! Ram! We're under attack! Spearmen!
The battering ram is in place. We're through the enemy's walls, into the breach, and on to victory. The battering ram has done its work. Now is the time for brave hearts and brave deeds.
Spearmen! Move! Move! Units, double time! Double time! Spearmen!
Our soldiers have proved their worth today. The enemy's walls belong to us now.
General's bodyguard! Double time! Men! Men! Units, double time! Spearmen! General's bodyguard! Charge! Spearmen! General's bodyguard! With great speed! Spearmen! With great speed! Wait your command. Spearmen! Spearmen! Units, double time! With great speed! Charge! With great speed! Charge! Charge! General's bodyguard!
The battle is very much in our favor. The enemy are badly bloodied. They have lost half their men. By St. George, our men have taken control of the city. Good tidings. The enemy general lies dead. We've sent the base cur to hell.
Units, sally forth!
This is a clear victory that goes to only men of great virtue and valor.
Victory! Nothing can stop us, sire. Another settlement falls before us. Victory!